I haven't seen you since Christmas, right?
Yeah.
And you look a little bit bigger than you were last time. So Army, you know, kind of a typical day. How much of weightlifting are you doing?
Monday through Friday. Maybe even into Saturday, even into Sunday. It's just, you really can't prepare yourself for what a deployment is or even the training, because you really don't know until you get there.
Walk me through a typical day on post at Fort Campbell for you. I know it probably starts early for you.
Yeah. I wake up every morning about 4:45. I take about 45 minutes for myself in the morning to get ready. I get to post to my company about 5:45 or so.
Just wait a second. Now, you get up that early. Remember when you were in hockey and I had to wake you up to get you to hockey practice at 5:30?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you get out of bed a little bit quicker now than you did then?
Yeah, of course. I hit the snooze button a couple times now, but...
I remember those days.
Yeah, 5:45, we get accountability formation. We make sure that all of our guys are there, so we have time to let the higher ups know that everyone's here, we're good to go. 6:30 is morning formation, and then from 6:30 to 8, we do physical training. Whether that's a long run, a ruck with 45 pounds, upper body lifting. It just depends on what I decide as a squad leader, what my 8 men and myself are going to do on that day.
Let's go back 2010. You're playing ball in Grand Canyon. You're playing college ball. You get drafted. You know, low rounds. I mean, the Brewers took you in a low round and you know, offered a spot for you to play, and you decided not to. Walk us through that process. What you were thinking at that time and why you selected to go to the Army. I know we had talked about some of the options that you know, maybe had presented in front of you, after graduation.
Yeah, so an option was law enforcement. But it really didn't hit me like that's something that I wanted to do. But then came maybe the military. I did a lot of my research before going into the recruiting station, and they talked to me about infantry. And those are the guys that are on deployment and they get after it.
Yeah, they didn't have an option of like potato peeler or something and a nice big fort behind a lot of walls or anything?
No, I think, yeah.
Could you have picked a more dangerous thing to do?
I honestly didn't think of it as being dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I thought of it more as being challenging.
Yeah.
Mentally and physically. Yeah. And that's something I wanted to do. I lived my life playing baseball. I didn't really challenge myself all that much through high school and college, you know? So I wanted to put myself in a position where I wanted to do something different.
All right, so you've been on 2 deployments. Your most recent one, you were in Afghanistan. Tell me the most difficult part of being deployed for you.
That's a tough question. I think, well, number one is missing family. Missing the ones that I love, especially my wife. My last tour, you know, we were engaged. She kept me going. She was my number 1 support channel. And you guys, of course, my family. Spouses and girlfriends, you know, boyfriends, you know, they have a significant part in any military member's life. Support channels, and they drop things to move with soldiers. So they deserve a lot of the credit. Another tough thing was not knowing if I'm gonna come back. Mm-hmm. You know, I wanna make sure that everything is good back home.
Right.
So mentally, you don't wanna get to that point where you're so mentally shut down. You just gotta keep going. You gotta keep going so you can make it back home.
This is a question I've been wanting to ask you and I haven't. When you are walking about and people know that you're in the military, 2 things. What do you like to hear from people when they know you're in the military, and what don't you like to hear from people when they know you're in the military?
What I do like to hear is, you know, it's always nice to say or hear from people, thank you for your service. Mm-hmm. And, you know, no problem, you know, it's my duty. What I don't like to hear is, have you ever killed anybody?
Right.
I don't respond because it takes a toll.
Right.
Whether or not I have, it takes a toll. Right. Whether, you know, that person was shooting at me and I'm defending myself, it takes a toll, no matter what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Good job, brother.
Yeah.